Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, him and Chastity, the St. Bernard, squished 6 chickens together.
Oh my goodness. Is that because your dog doesn't like pictures, Kira? Probably makes them nervous. Yeah. That's nice that you understand that, though. That's good. Well, guys, let's get started because I want to cruise through this stuff. Not super heavy, crazy material today. Just, good stuff to get through. You got your paper, you got hopefully scissors, but if you don't have scissors, you can make do. It's all good.
I have scissors in this little pocket thing.
Pocket knife.
Awesome.
And also, Dexter, he's
and a ruler
absolutely
and small scissors.
Dexter, he besides of what he's absolutely frightened by is kittens, he's also absolutely frightened by not being on a floor with his carpet. So he'll only go on carpet.
Oh,
he won't go on any floor. So, and the entire bottom floor has no carpet too. So he only has like a little area.
Interesting. Vivi's prepared. Vivi's gonna go old school on us with the. I like that. It's because you're typing. That's because you're typing Sam.
I have one too. I also have a pocket knife.
Very good. Preparedness. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna go through some percentages today. You got the rubber ducky. Yeah, I love it.
Yep. We went to the world's largest rubber ducky before.
That's awesome.
They just sent it downstream.
Okay, so let's make sure everybody's with me. If you are with me and ready to go, can you type the word go in chat for me?
Go.
There you go. That counts. Go! I like
Hey, I'll be with you in a moment. Just tell me where you live.
Vivi's miming it. I like that. That works. It's absolutely acceptable. I love that. So, okay, so today we're going to convert between fractions, decimals, and percents. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we're going to use this to help us just kind of remember those rules. We're going to make a little foldable to help us remember that. Then we're going to talk about just comparing and ordering rational and irrational numbers. We've already talked about those. We're just kind of, I feel like we've already done it, but we're going to do it again because it's popping up again this week. And then we're going to talk about percentages of something. So we're kind of getting into percents talk. Super useful, good stuff. You'll see it often. So talk about very applicable stuff to real life. Definitely.
Hi, Dexter.
Oh, you guys. I'm going to mute you guys just so I can focus because, yeah, I get very unfocused. I'm always like, ooh, pets. And then I focus there. So I muted you, but if you have something to say, go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay? Something math related. I should preface that. I see Dexter. So cute. I love that. Okay, so this is what's due this week. Converting fractions, comparing and ordering, and then what percent is shaded. It's just a little 9-question thing in Moodle. 2 of those things are in Math Excel, and Arden, you do have a Math Excel login. You are all set up there. You, to get into Math Excel, remember the password is always Blue Sky 1. And then your username is just your regular Blue Sky email. The target time is an iExcel thing, guys. And for target time, I got to get you added in there yet, Arden. So I will do that today. And Santi, I believe I have to get you added in there too for iExcel.
I already did one of the tests for iExcel.
Oh, then never mind.
Not iExcel, for the math.
For Math Excel, yeah.
Yeah.
You should be in there, but I think I got to get you added into iExcel.
I forgot to say, there's one thing. Sometimes I think sometimes there are different links for iExcel where there should be MathExcel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to fix that. I did see that in the lessons for the iExcel links, I think I made an error where sometimes the MathExcel link is there. I'm gonna be checking on that today.
Yeah, I was confused because it
Yep.
said MathExcel, then when I clicked on it, it was the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be going through that today as I just make sure everything's in good order and I'm getting things ready for the next semester. So yeah, that's my job today. So thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. I know I got a few emails about that. I was like, oh no. So, but I will make sure it's painfully clear for this week and then the following weeks from there. So cool. So 4 assignments, not too bad. Totally doable. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our foldables ready to go. Okay. We're going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 4 tabs. So that's 3 cuts on your thing. Yeah. So if you just take your paper, and you guys can look at my screen, you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half. My suggestion is the short way, like a book. But if you did it the long way, it works
Hamburger.
too. Yeah, hamburger fold. I recommend a hamburger fold. And then for the tabs, perfect. Just perfect. For the tabs, you're going to take the front page, the front cover of your book. The back cover is not going to get cut. It's going to stay the same. And you're going to put 3 cuts into your front page there. I'm going to be lazy, and apparently silver is going to show. There we go. I'm going to tear it because I didn't feel like grabbing scissors because I was lazy. Lazy friend. So you'll have in your front cover 4 tabs if you do 3 different cuts in the front cover. Okay? Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Vivi's got a good example there. Definitely better than mine. Mine is a little sloppy there. So here is your book. Kind of sketching it out. And then you have 3 cuts in the front cover. That's perfect. Yep, perfect. And on the front covers, you're going to write, the first tab is going to be right on the front, percent to decimal. You're going to write that on the front tab there. And I can give you the other names. I believe it's just decimal to percent. I'll go back to it. Hold on. Decimal to percent. Yeah. So you're going to have percent to decimal on the first one. And then on the next one, you're going to have decimal to percent. And then you're going to have fraction to percent. And then percent to fraction. That is our goal there. Oh, you got a buddy. That's so cute, Santi. Too cute. And then the way we're going to structure this, guys, the front tab, I'm thinking will be the name. On the inside of the tab, on the back of the tab, you're going to write the rule. And on the back page, you'll write the example. And if you don't structure it that way, if you do it different, that's fine. Sometimes you might want to write the title and then the rule right on the tab. That works. That's okay. And then examples on the inside. However you want to structure it, that's fine. Yeah, that looks perfect, Vivi. Arden, that's really good. Yeah, perfect. And Arden and Vivi, you guys, the way you did it, you have room on there to put the rule on there if you want. You could even put like, I don't know, a picture of a big percent sign, whatever helps you focus in on that rule. Got options there. Oh my gosh, Santi, that is too cute. He's so cute. I like that face. Oh, it's a smooshy dog. I just want to go there and smoosh the little wrinkles. Okay, does anybody have questions on how to make the foldable? It's not too bad, but it is tricky to relay that information online. Tricky-er, not impossible, but tricky.
And then the title, what would the title be?
For the whole foldable? Yeah, so, oh, really, Silver? He, like, has to use my computer to jump up on the counter. I'm like, you can't go around, kitties. We'll save the, let's call it percent conversions. Let's do that.
Okay.
And we can go like this. We'll go. And your title. Oh. Hi, Princess Peach. Again, with my computer. What's up with you guys? Won't let me turn it. I thought it'd let me turn it. But the title you can write on the corner or on the side. Yeah, look at Vivi's screen. She wrote it like that. That's a good idea. Or you can put it in the corner. That's totally fine. Yeah. Something that tells you what this foldable is about. And it's about percent conversions. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to start talking percent to decimal. And the way that you can lay it out, it's obviously your choice. But if we have the front of your foldable here, that means that this would be like your tab. Oh, come on. I'm all conjumbled here. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, how Vivi has it on her screen is really good. So we have our tab here. I did it again. I'm a little... There we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about going from a percent to a decimal. And I actually really liked the way that it was worded in your assignment on Moodle. Some of you know and some of you don't. If you go right on Moodle and click on the lesson, it'll tell you kind of a really good synopsis of the lesson. It'll go through how to do it. Okay, but basically when you're going for a percent to a decimal, your rule is going to be to divide by 100. So the rule that we'll put on the inside, Silver just fell off the counter. Oh, Arden, that's too cute. I like that, too cute. But the rule that we'll put on the inside of the back of the tab is going to be to divide by 100. That's going to change it into it. Now, you can do it a number of ways, okay? So I'll give you some examples. So our rule is divide by 100, or if you are familiar with moving the decimal, you can move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, that's another way to do it. So let's say we have a few percentages here. So we'll start with, let's say 42%. If I want to take that 42%, and if I want to change that into a decimal, all I need to do is to go to my calculator and go 42 divided by 100. That's it.
Are we going to put that on the inside?
Yeah, this goes on the inside of the back page.
Okay.
Definitely. So this is the inside of the back tab over here. This is our tab. And then this is the inside of the back page. That was my vision. Now, if you have it structured differently, that's totally fine. And Isaiah, you got it. It's 0.42. If you don't like that, another way to view it is 42% does not have a decimal in the problem. So we're going to pretend it's where the percent sign is. So if you don't see a decimal, it's going to be where the percent sign is. Really, Silver? So we're going to view it after your number where that percent sign was, and we just need to move that decimal 2 spots to the left. So every time you have a percentage, if there's a decimal in it already, move it 2 spots to the left. If there's no decimal in it, pretend it's where that percent sign was, 2 spots to the left. That's our, I love that kitty, Arden. I'm jealous. I needs it. So what if we have like 62.5%? I could do the same thing. I could just go in my calculator and go 62.5 divided by 100. Or there's a decimal in the problem. I can, so I don't need to pretend it's where the percent sign is. I go where the decimal is and I move it 2 spaces to the left.
Is this decimal 2%?
So what would my decimal be here? If it's 62.5%, what would that be as a decimal?
I was going to say, is this decimal 2% now? Is this the second tab?
What do you think? Real similar to what Isaiah thought earlier for the other one. Same process. Only now I'm not going to visualize the decimal after the problem because there's already a decimal in the problem. So I move that decimal 2 spots to the left. What do I get? Oh, very good, Sam. Yeah, 0.625. You got it. What if we have 203%?
What do we write? What do we write for decimal 2%?
Oh, I get that. Trust me, I do. So same deal. We could take 203 and divide by 100, or there's no decimal in the problem. So where would the decimal be in this percent? What do we put for decimal 4%? Oh, we're not there yet. We'll do that one. That's the next one. Yeah, that's the next one, right? Or did I accidentally flip it?
No, I just thought we had already finished, like 42% is 42.
Yeah, we are on the first tab. I'm just writing all over.
Okay.
So I apologize. Yeah. Sorry, Vivi, I lost you. So what do you guys think? This is just another example of percent to decimal, just another one. So if we're going percent to decimal here, let's say we have 203%. Yeah, that would be 2.03. Very good. And again, the decimal is hiding where that percent sign is, and we go 1, 2. So it's 2.03. Or you just divide by 100. Good. What if we have 0.75%? I'm going to do the same thing, same process. Don't let it throw you that there's a decimal in the problem. We're going to go 0.75 divided by 100, or move that decimal 2 spots to the left. What would I get? Very good. You guys are both right. Excellent. 0.0075. So it doesn't matter what your percent looks like. You're always going to get rid of the percent sign and divide by 100, or just move that decimal wherever it might be, 2 spots to the left. Does that make sense? Arden, you have the cutest stuff in your room. I think I need to come over and explore. Too cute. Too cute. Guys, does that make sense? Should we talk about the other way?
Let's go.
If that makes sense, go ahead and type the letter Q. I know that's random, but if that makes sense and if you're feeling good to go. Good. Okay. Just got to check, you know. Woo, Taylor's like, I'm good. Let's go. All right. All right, so now we're going to go decimal 2%. We're going to go the other way. So here's our booklet. Okay, we're on tab 2 now. Gotta move this. I like my pretty artwork here. Let's go in. Very good. Then I need a line. So this is my first tab. Do you guys see where we're going here? So this top one was percent to decimal. And then on the back cover here, this one says decimal to percent. This one's your fraction to percent. Oh, you guys. And this one is percent to fraction, or however we had it structured. So, okay. So now our rule here, when we were going percent to decimal, we divided by 100. What do you think our rule is going to be here? What's the opposite of dividing by 100?
Multiplying.
What do you guys think? What's the opposite of dividing by 100? Multiplying. Yeah, times 100. Good job, guys. Oh, you did say it? I cannot hear you. You're muted, Vivi.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, try it
now?
again. Oh, I still can't hear you.
Weird.
I can.
Wait, did I mute myself accidentally? Yup, I muted myself. How did I do that?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I don't even know how that happened.
Turtle Beach.
I
You have a
bet
beach at
you.
Turtles?
Oh, that's my
Yeah, I know. I was
My,
just wondering if maybe you had some turtles at home too that got turned into the headphones.
Right. Maybe that was the issue. No, I think my cat, when he jumped on my computer, he muted me.
Oh, yeah.
Little booger. So, oh, sorry. I couldn't hear you at all. I was like, guys, come on. Why is nobody talking to me?
Why isn't anybody talking? No.
I couldn't believe it. Okay, so our rule is we multiply by 100, or instead of moving the decimal to the left, we're going to move it to the right. Okay, so that's going to be our rule. This goes on the inside of the back cover. So it'll be multiply by 100, move decimal 2 spaces to the right. Okay, that's going to be our rule. So that should go on the inside back cover, or inside of the tab on your foldable there. So now let's talk examples here. Okay, we're going decimal to percent. So what if I have 0.34 as my decimal? First thing I could do is I could just multiply by 100. Or I can move that decimal 2 spaces to the right and then add a percent sign. What percent would that be? Yep, 34%. Very good. Very good. What if you have the number 3? What percent would 3 be? Because 3 is more of a whole number, but if I wanted to turn it into a decimal, I would add 0.00. I can multiply by 100, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. What percent would you get? A lot of people think 30, but Jackson, you're right. It'd be 300. Arden, you're right, because you just got to move it 2 spaces. You just didn't move it far enough, Ivy. Yeah, or you multiplied by 10 and not 100. You just got to move it 2 spaces. But a lot of people do that because a lot of people don't realize you might be tasked with 400%, 500%, just because it's not very common. Good. What if we have 0.0314? Multiply by 100 or move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, what would you get?
3.14.
Yeah, 3.14%. Good. Good job, guys.
Or pi.
Pi percent, right? That's crazy that that's the number that randomly popped in my head. I'm always thinking about pi.
Pie is tasty.
Pie is so tasty. So, questions there. I eat pie. It's good. Oh, pardon me. Okay. So, anybody have questions there? If you have no questions there, that's a talent, Isaiah. Let me tell you. If you have no questions, go ahead and write nope.
I will say no.
I will accept that now that I can hear you. Yeah, he's got some good stuff behind him there. Arden, that's awesome. Are you an anime freak like me? Yeah. Like Vivi. I can't call myself an anime freak because I don't watch it enough for that. I got to get better at that. But I love anime.
Only really like the Studio Ghibli ones.
I love Studio Ghibli. Love them. I have not seen all of them, but I love that. I watched what's it called?
My favorite is Spirited Away.
I have to see that. To see that. I saw maybe this is the Studio Ghibli. I thought it was, but The Secret of Ariadne. I said it wrong. What is it? How do you say it? I don't know.
Oh, the one with the little tiny people.
Yes. Yes, that was really cool. I liked that one, and then I love Ponyo. I love it.
Yeah. I used to watch Ponyo all the time when I was really little.
Yeah, my kids love Ponyo, and I love that they watch stuff like that instead of the usual kids shows because my brain starts melting when we
May
watch
I
those.
say something?
Yes, of course.
The first anime I actually got started on was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when I was like really young.
Oh yeah, my husband loves that one. I think Kira likes that one too.
I sobbed so much, and I was so young. I got so attached to all the characters, and then I started sobbing.
Oh my goodness. Hey, have you guys ever seen Trigun? It's so good. You have to watch Trigun. It's so cool. Like there's so much it's involved and it's hilarious and it's just good. Trigun. I recommend it. So, okay. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I gotta look up where you can watch it, but Trigun, I recommend it.
After we finish this, I could just carry my no-face costume over.
Oh, yes. Yes. After we finish this, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Trigun. Where to watch? It's on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu. Oh, and it says Amazon Prime Video, but maybe you have to like buy it off of Amazon Prime. Yeah. But look up stuff about Trigun. It's fascinating. Just so cool. I love the story behind it, and it's funny, and the characters, it's just cool. So, yeah. Okay. So that is what we're working with there. DTP, what's DTP?
It's the Dragon Prince. It's a show on Netflix. It's really good.
Interesting. I love stuff about like princes and all that good stuff, so
It's
I gotta
really good.
Oh, you finished it. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're going percents to fractions. Percents to fractions. So, and I'm not going to sketch out our little box again just for time purposes, even though
I have fractions to percents, and then.
Oh, you have.
Fraction.
I probably told you to. Okay, so I'll go the other way. Fractions to percents. We'll do that first and then go back.
Okay.
Because that's probably the way I told you to put it on there. So, and I changed my mind. I feel like drawing out my little. I don't know why. It's just fun to do it this way, nice and clear, I think. I hope. Okay, so this one's fraction to percents, and our rule that we're going to write for this one, if you have a fraction and you want to change it into a percent, is you're going to divide your fraction. Okay, so that's the first rule, is you're going to divide your fraction to get a decimal. Get a decimal. Then you do your decimal rules there. So first you take your fraction, convert it into a decimal, then multiply by 100.
What are you supposed to divide the fraction by?
By the denominator. So whatever. I'm really glad that you said that. So let's change that because I think that could be clearer. I totally agree. Divide your fraction, and we'll just put numerator divided by denominator. And you can just use a calculator for that. That's totally fine.
Because then you just turned it into what you need it to be.
Yep. Great question, Vivi. I'm glad that you said that. Thank you. Get a decimal, then multiply by 100, or move decimal 2 spaces to the right. So put some sort of a thing on there. If it makes sense to you just to say, get a decimal, then multiply by 100, that would be okay. But you get a decimal by dividing your fraction, then moving it 2 spaces to the right. So example time, if we had, let's pick the fraction 2/3.
I accidentally put it on the wrong spot, but I can just flip it around, I guess.
That's okay. You do what you got to do. So we're going to go in our calculator for 2/3, and we're going to go 2 divided by 3. And when you go 2 divided by 3 in your calculator, you got to be careful to do the smaller number divided by the bigger number, or whatever's on top divided by whatever's on bottom. So when you do that, you're going to get 0.6666. It just keeps repeating. So that one, we're going to have to round that one, and that's totally acceptable. So then we're going to take our decimal. We might round it to 0.6667, give you a few spaces there. And you're going to multiply by 100, or move that decimal 2 spaces to the right. What would we get for our percent there? Yeah, very good. 66.67%. That's right. So you divide the numerator divided by the denominator, and then multiply by 100. Now, sometimes they're going to be tricky, and they're going to give you like an improper fraction. So I'll write an example up here. Sometimes they might give you like 7/2. That's going to trick you up a little bit, because if you go 7 divided by 2, what do you get when you go 7 divided by 2? Because it's always top divided by bottom. So what's 7 divided by 2? And I would use a calculator, unless you don't need one. Yeah, you don't really need one. 3.5. Now we're going to do our same rule. We're going to take 3.5 and we're going to multiply by 100. So what's 3.5 times 100? Or moving that decimal 2 spaces. So 1, 2. And then whenever there's like no number there, we fill it in with a 0. So what percent would I put? Yeah, very good. 350%. You are right. Very good. I love that we have new people, and it is only increasing how this class is participating and talking with one. I love that. Nice job. Arden, you're going to be a good fit for this group, I think. Any questions on that? All right. Does everybody have that written down?
Yep.
Because we're almost done. Cool. Okay. Okay. If you don't have it written, let me know. I can always go back, you know. Okay, now we're going to do our last one, percents to fractions.
Then I just heard somebody's phone vibrator going off.
That's mine. Everybody and their mom calls me during this when I have live session, but that's okay. It's never like students, or it's never like parents from schools. It's like my husband and everybody who knows that I'm teaching a live session. I'm like, really? Come on, you guys. Gosh.
I think it's weird how sometimes like even though my volume's only on 2, I can still hear like people's phones vibrator going off.
Yeah, you've got a good mic there.
I honestly thought it was funny that people would just call you while you're doing live session.
Yeah. They do. My sister before my mother, because my I talk about my mother often. My poor mother. She is going through cancer treatment right now,
Oh,
and she has got major chemo brain. Like just
well,
not thinking clearly. So I will tell her one thing, and then half an hour later, she'll ask me the same thing.
well, I hope she gets better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. She's fighting hard, so that's all we can ask, right?
I know what it's like to have someone in your. I know what it's like to have someone who's dealing with cancer in your family.
It's tough. Yeah, it's really tough there. I know. I that's why I talk about it, because I know I'm not alone. A lot of you guys face those.
My great-grandfather, he died of cancer. Although it was treatable, he decided not to get it treated.
And
He was
sometimes,
pushing 90, so,
yeah.
or not 90, 100. He was getting close to being
Wow.
100.
Yeah, Vivi, that's where my mom is at right now. That is not fun. Yep, you can have that for a while, right?
It was, she got cleared about like before I was, well, around 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of it at the time because I was not old at all.
Not old enough, yeah.
Guess what? The thing is, like, mostly, like my mic's good, but it's just I'm really awkward, which makes it sound bad. Like,
You're
like I just watched one of the like live sessions, and I'm like, wow, my mic is really cringy. Like when I talk from how awkward I am.
No, you're not. It's okay. We're all awkward. That's why we're in an online setting, right? You got to own it.
Yeah. When I'm like in front of people, I cannot speak unless I know that person, and then I talk my mouth off.
Yeah, I love this environment. Love it. I own it because I just love it. You got to own your awkward.
Does that mean you don't know anyone because you still have your mouth?
It's a good question there.
That's a really
Just like
cool
my
thing.
life, I know no one except for
Oh
my family.
wow, Taylor. Yeah, and Isaiah, he's like a Super Saiyan. Gets stronger every time, right? No.
I have some weird stories about my family and stuff.
Oh yeah, I feel like we could all have amazing conversations about families. Well, let's finish this up first, because I feel like that is my favorite part, is talking to people about everything. I love chit-chatting. Love it.
You know what? You know what schools should have?
Sorry, you can go something.
I feel like a school should have like every trimester or so. They should just have like one live session for like an hour or so, where like people just talk about stories and stuff.
That's funny. Our science teacher, pretty much, it was like, I don't know, pretty much the first time the 7th grade group joined. She let us have 20 minutes after the live session to chit chat, and it was fun.
Oh, that's so cool. That's important, because you're working, and yeah, you need to talk to people while you're working at your house, because otherwise you go crazy. Yeah. All right. What? You know what, Kira, I have to tell you, when I was teaching in 7th and 8th grade at a brick and mortar school a few years ago, my students, the first year, hated my guts, hated me, like absolutely, because I came in and thought that I'm tempted, Sam. I thought, you gotta control those behaviors and be like this and whatever. I have a very, strong discipline style, because I have to for my son. I have to, because he's autistic, so he needs that firmness and all that. But yeah, it didn't work very well in the school setting. I learned a lot from them, and my students were right to not be very happy. But yeah, I get that, Kira. I do. Oh geez, you guys are into pie. All right.
That's my favorite number.
I love it. It's a delicious number.
I could eat it.
Okay, let's finish up. We're almost done with our foldable, and then we just got 2 quick things to talk about, and we're good. So we want to go percents to fractions. Here is our rule. When you have a percent, you're going to drop the percent sign.
Yeah. What I always do when changing percents to fraction, I first just put it in like I do. Let's say it's 75%. I do 75 over 100 and try to simplify it.
That's right. You're right. That's exactly the process we're going to use. Very good. We drop the percent sign.
Works with decimals. Like you have 75 hundredths. Get the 100. Try to simplify it.
Sam and Isaiah, you're right. It's interesting. It really is. It really is. Okay, so we drop the percent. That's your rule. Drop the percent sign. Put the number over 100 and then simplify. So for example, if we have, let's say what percent we have. Let's say we have
64?
64.
Two.
Sure. No, we'll go with 64. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Undo.
Yep.
There we go. So we have 64. So we're going to drop the percent sign.
Yep.
And then write it over 100. Mm-hmm. And who hates fractions like me? Does anybody hate fractions? I have a love-hate relationship with fractions. So if your brain is just like, I'm fried, I'm not thinking reducing, what we can do, Corey, I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you. What we can do is we can see, oh, these are both even, so you could divide by 2 to simplify and go from there, blah, blah, blah. But if you're just like, blah, fractions, remember, Desmos is our friend. We love Desmos. And I'll give you the link for it. Desmos calculator. Oh, it just helps. Desmos.com/scientific. I'll put the link in chat. Yeah, if you have problems with fractions, we're going to be smart and use online resources to help you. Okay, because you're not alone. I do this when I just don't feel like thinking it through, but you can go to Desmos and they have a fraction button on here. I love this calculator.
Whoa. Right, I can
fraction
just ask Alexa to like do something like.
Don't make Alexa do it. Right? It's too much work for her. No, I'm just kidding. I got you. But here's your fraction. You hit the fraction key. We can type in 64 over 100. Oops.
I can just be like, Alexa,
what did I hit?
What's 64 over 100 simplified?
Yeah.
I got my answer. No, Alexa, stop.
Is she going there?
Yeah, she was just like,
how can I help you? Yeah. So 64 over 100. Oh, man. Oh, you guys are so funny. Okay, so 64 over 100, and then see how it shows it as a decimal, but there's that circle next to it. We click on the circle, bam, it tells us it simplifies to 16 over 25. Whose life did I just change with this calculator? Come on, let's admit it. All right, yes. I love changing lives. Teaching us we don't need to fear the fractions. We're okay. Oh, and I forgot what it... Oh, Corey. Yay.
Alexa, what do you think of Desmos/scientific? She says it's the best thing in the world and you should go totally visit it.
Awesome. Yes.
She didn't say I don't have an opinion on it because she has the best opinion on it.
Very good. I like the llama. Oh, that's a cute llama.
My favorite thing is like when you say Alexa like Siri and she's like, ha ha, funny.
Vivi, I love that. Yes.
Alexa, hey Siri. She gets really mad when I say that.
Kira, I'm with you. As another person with RBF, let me tell you, yes, I get it. Alexa, I totally get it.
Give Siri $80.
Yeah, I get it. That's why you don't need to be in like that type. See, that's because I had to deal with so many behavior issues with my son. I would go into the daycare and they would like look at me like, oh man, she's here again, because I'm an advocate for my son. Alexa, are you cool? You should ask that one. 16 over 25.
Me and Monet were talking a bit ago. Well, a few days ago, and she has an Alexa, and I was able to trigger it. So I was like telling it to play all these weird songs.
That's awesome.
You should have just said, Alexa, what's my address? Why didn't you say that?
That would have. I mean, I know her address already.
Oh, okay.
Use Desmos to help.
Hey.
Right, Sarah, you're right. You're so.
Alexa has something to say. Okay, she's gonna say something.
Oh, you guys. Did anybody have any? Oh.
That was Alexa. She said hi.
Oh, that's funny. That's creepy. Talking to.
I just say Simon says and she'll say something.
Yeah, RBF is resting B word face. I appreciate that, how you said that, but that's what that, yeah. I'm with it. And you know, everybody's here for reasons like that. And you will find me the most sympathetic person to that, because I have a child who, who cannot handle traditional school. And people look at him like he's a scary monster, and he isn't. He just can't regulate.
May I say something about my experience with ADHD here?
Yeah.
How ADHD really affected my school life was like how I focused was drawing, but most of the time I would get my sketchbook taken away from me, so I would get like not able to focus like whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there and wonder how people would think I should not be drawing when that's the only way I can actually focus. And some of my teachers knew that, but some of my teachers wouldn't care.
That's awful. And
also in like 6th grade, I had one teacher who was probably a pedophile.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
Like in one of our classes, every once in a while, we had a teacher who was a pedophile. Me and my friends all called him out, and now he's scared of me.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I give him a death stare every time I see him, and now he's actually scared of me.
Oh, you know, Sam. Oh man. No, it's not over, Lexi. I apologize. We're almost done. Oh man, we're getting on there time-wise. When do we have till? Technically 11:20? Is that what we have till? No. 9:30. Oh, it's 10:50. That's right. Oh yeah, okay. I'm getting mixed up there. Really quickly, guys, before we go, I just want to, we have 2 quick things to mention, and then we can go. We're free to go, definitely. But when you're comparing and ordering these numbers, okay, and look in Moodle to help you, but the last few digits help you compare them. So these are really long decimals, but you're going to look. Yeah, definitely. I would do what Vivi said there, definitely. But these last 2 digits, see how this one says 75 and this one says 85? Since that 85 is bigger, that's going to make that the bigger decimal. Okay, so you're going to have to look there. To get these to be able to compare from smallest to largest, we want to make this a decimal. And you're going to go numerator divided by denominator. If anybody's having trouble with comparing that stuff, let me know, okay? Just let me know. Get them all to be the same. I would make them all decimals. That should be your plan. And to make fractions decimals, how do we do it? How do we go fractions to decimals? What do we do? What's our process? What is it?
Isn't it divide the numerator by the denominator?
You got it. Very good. And then you'll get them all on the same level. And then you look at, see how this one says 0.773, 0.775. Which one's bigger here?
0.775.
Right. You look at that last digit. Good. That's it. The other thing is like figuring out what percent is shaded. But guys, I think it's listed really clearly in Moodle. I think it's, if you read through the Moodle thing, it's very clear. Give it a try. If it doesn't make sense, I will help you. Okay? I think it's a really clear lesson though, so we'll go ahead and skip that part. But that's all I have.
I sent a bunch of links to a bunch of my art in the chat.
Sweetness. Ooh. Is that a Pokemon?
No, it's a cat character that I made.
Oh, it looks like a like one of the Eevee evolutions. It does.
Flareon.
Maybe I should draw some Pokemon art and just show you.
Hey, did you like the first one? If you go back to it, do you like the title of it? Look at the title of the first one.
I like that. Sometimes maybe that's like a filler for Facebound floofs. Oh, that's so cool.
It's a group for one of my original species.
E.
That's
The
really
letter
cool. That's awesome, Arden.
I do a lot of digital art. I think I can find one more thing on Discord and then submit it to my staff.